Hello and welcome to my channel. And today I'm doing things a little bit different. I'm standing while talking because I have these forearm crutches and I'm able to do that. If you don't have CP, you don't understand, but it's pretty hard for me to talk and stand at the same time. But when I'm using these crutches, I can balance my weight and concentrate on what I'm saying. I just wanted to go into the savings that I'm having while working from home. First of all, if you are a person that's working at all, you should be happy. I never thought the shutdown was necessary. I think it makes the cure of COVID-19, which there still is no cure, worse than the disease, because people are going to start starving to death. People are going to start losing their homes. People are going to start living on the streets, than more so than they used to. So the cure is worse than the disease. In 5-10 years, we're gonna look back and be like, we should have never shut down. It was a bad idea. And I think people are already understanding that, but it is what it is. So basically, the savings, I was working in the office until mid-March, when COVID started happening, just about when everybody started being sent home. Around the 18th, I think, is when it was for me exactly. I started working from home. So I was just calculating how much I saved, and obviously the wear and tear on this Malibu that I'm sitting in front of is pretty good. I don't go through the miles that I did prior to COVID, so obviously I don't drive as much, and I don't wear out my vehicle as quickly. And since I bought the vehicle, I always wanted to get a new vehicle when it hit 200,000. I'm not going to be getting a new vehicle this year, it doesn't look like, because my vehicle has not reached 200,000 yet. Now, had I been working, it would, based on my calculation, I would have reached the 200,000 miles mark, and based on how much I drive to work. So I'm driving less now, and that's nice. I put less miles on my car, spend a lot less on gas, save about $180 a month on gas alone. And then obviously, if you calculate in meals, things like that, a lot of times people, when they work out, they eat at least lunch out, and they'll save that. For me, I would always pack my lunch, so it really doesn't, there's really no savings there, because I eat similar to, at home to what I did at work. If you have like a fitness club, you can save there if you pay for that. There's a lot of things, plus you save time. So overall, I do like working from home, but obviously it's a tough sort of, because you're not around your co-workers, and I had some great relationships with co-workers who I haven't seen since I left work. So I guess that's partly my fault, but it is what it is. And I think it's similar, you have relationships at work, you have relationships at home, and sometimes you don't hang out with the people you hang out with at work at home. I am just glad to be working. I think whether you're working from home or working at work, you should be happy to still be working, because I know there's still a lot of people that are not working, and it's going to be a tough few years, I believe, and it's going to get harder and harder, because the people who haven't found a job yet are probably going to have a tough time finding it in the future. I think they can, it's just that they'll have to get something that doesn't pay as much, and I know that's a challenge for a lot of people. But yeah, it's not been a bad few months for me. Besides the loneliness, I go out a few times a week for church and for tours and other things like that, normal things. I guess tours aren't really normal, but for me it is. I've done them for the past few years in Ohio, and especially now I really enjoy it. I don't have to drive 40 miles to work there and back, so 80 miles a day is what I was driving. So I did drive quite a bit when I was working, but now rather than 2,000 miles a month. I put around 300, 400 miles just doing tours and doing miscellaneous things, going miscellaneous places. So I do like working from home. I know at like places, big companies like Microsoft, they've announced that employees can work from home indefinitely. My company has not announced that yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if Microsoft's the first one of many that will announce that. But the key is you got to work at the place for indefinitely, and that's indefinitely. Obviously, we have an ending. Everybody has an ending to their life on Earth, so doesn't mean you're going to work indefinitely at that same place. And obviously, there's only a certain number of years most people work. So yeah, it sounds good, but I'd like to be in the office a few times a month at least. So I do miss the relationship I had with coworkers, but other than that, I do like working from home. The savings with time, plus in this woods behind me, I have been doing walking and therapy down the road, but especially with these crutches. So yeah, it's been a good time, good few months. A little bit boring, but I think that's typical. So yeah, anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.